Democrat Senator of Pennsylvania Bob Casey officially has his first challenger from the Republican Party. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video. And today, it is time that we talk about the 2024 United States Senate election in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, because everyone, it appears that the Republicans finally have their candidate to go against Bob Casey. And well, it's not necessarily a good one, as Dave McCormick has just launched his second Senate campaign. Yeah, Dave McCormick, he's back after surprisingly almost winning last year against Mehmet Oz in the primary. McCormick has returned and will challenge Bob Casey for this Senate seat. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you could join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Now, let me be 100% clear. Theoretically, somebody else could run and possibly take out McCormick, but based on everything we're seeing, McCormick is going to be the candidate. Basically, the entire GOP has gotten behind him, and, well, he has most of name recognition. He's probably not going to lose in the primary. Now, as for the general, let's be real. McCormick ain't winning. He's not going to beat Bob Casey. Stop this crap. I'm getting sick of McConnell. The fact that McConnell is openly saying, we can win Pennsylvania before Arizona and Nevada. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Pennsylvania has the most popular, I guess you could say, the most electable Democrat of the swing states, Bob Casey. Casey is grifting off his father's name for being a moderate Democrat. He's no moderate. He's not like his father, who's actual pro-life Democrat. The fact is, Bob Casey is more than likely going to win the Senate seat. However, it is critical that we get the Senate seat as close as we can for reasons of, helping Trump, for helping down ballot races, because if Casey wins by 15, that's going to be a tough one for Trump to win. If you get it within 5, it's more possible, because Bob Casey is a big overperformer. Now, for House races, you got a couple key ones, so either way, this is a critical Senate seat for down-ballot purposes and even for the presidency. So let's get into it. Flanked by 2 official state flags as he launched his second Senate campaign on Thursday in a museum devoted to Western Pennsylvania history and named after the iconic Hines family, McCormick offered up detailed family history to a cheering crowd. So yeah, he's trying not to be like Mehmet Oz, who, if you don't know, Mehmet Oz last year ran for the Senate seat. How would you not know that? I don't frickin' know. But McCormick, he's from Connecticut. That's where his primary residence is. Essentially, he's trying to avoid what happened to Mehmet Oz from happening to him. Which, if you don't remember, Mehmet Oz, they lied about his history, saying, no, he was never from Pennsylvania. He was always from New Jersey, and which is not true. And, well, it was effective. It made it seem like he wasn't from the state. He was an out-of-touch rich guy. But McCormick, if you think Oz had problems with that, McCormick is arguably more egregious. Far more wealthier from everything we know of. And his primary residence is in Connecticut. At least with New Jersey, like, he commuted there daily. Oz did, to Pennsylvania. McCormick, you live in Connecticut. I doubt you're commuting to Pennsylvania daily, if at all. So this could be a bigger problem for McCormick than it was for Oz. And you're going against Casey? Don't know about that one. I'm a 7th generation Pennsylvanian, born right here in Washington, PA, right down Route 79, he told supporters. And as my dad will tell you, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather immigrated from Ireland and settled in western Pennsylvania in the early 1800s. I can understand trying to say, look, I have heritage here in Pennsylvania. But stop talking about it constantly. It's like, it makes you seem like a fake. It makes you seem like, oh, you're just really a carpetbagger pretending to be from Pennsylvania. Because when you talk about it constantly, it's like, nobody wants to hear, well, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, he's from Ireland. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Okay, we get it, you're from Pennsylvania. At least with Oz, he explained, it was like, yeah, I may have lived in New Jersey, but I commuted to Pennsylvania daily for school. Just say something like, yeah, I was born right here in Pennsylvania. Then I moved to Connecticut for a little bit because of family, but I'm back here. That's all you have to say. You don't have to say, I'm secretly always been here and Connecticut never happened. I have a big problem with that. I have a big problem with trying to make it sound like constantly that I'm secretly always been in Pennsylvania. Connecticut never happened. It's just seems like a fake and a fraud to me. Left largely unmentioned in his 15-minute announcement speech, his decades-long career on Wall Street, where he eventually served as a CEO of one of the world's most successful hedge funds. You know, that's a big problem. Because when you're a CEO, not like Trump, because with him, like, he worked in real estate, he had to work with blue-collar people, construction people. He understood people. He talked to people like people. When you're a CEO of a hedge fund, good luck. You probably never talked to a factory worker in your life if you're a CEO of a hedge fund. I'm just being realistic here. Still, McCormick's personal wealth is not without upsides. National Republicans view their ability to persuade McCormick to run as a coup, in part because their resources alone will ensure that Democrats will have to spend in the state to protect incumbent Senator Bob Casey. What are you freaking talking about? Bob Casey isn't losing. Sure, they're going to have to spend some resources, but I swear, if you spend $500 million on this guy, but you don't give a dime to somebody in like Arizona or Nevada, oh my freaking God. You better win at that point. If you spend hundreds of millions of dollars, you better freaking beat this guy. If you lose by like 10, I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't know what to say at that point. It's painful. McCormick has been making the rounds with Republicans in the state, showing up support and clearing up the field. He traveled to the state capitol in Harrisburg on Monday and met with the party's failed gubernatorial nominee, Doug Mastriano, who had himself considered running against Casey. The gambit paid off. In an interview this week, Mastriano sounded like he would endorse McCormick, calling for the party to unify behind him. No other candidates have entered. So Mastriano, you could give him shit for losing by how much it was last time. At least he understands that I'm not going to be able to beat Casey. I probably will not win the primary. You know what? Let the GOP establishment run their guy. Go ahead. Unify the party behind him. Give him the resources he need. Let him lose. Or whatever. But even then, McCormick appeared to open himself up to more Connecticut attacks. Because this dumbass, this is the intelligence of McCormick. The same day he met with Mastriano, flight records show that a plane co-owned by McCormick flew from Bridgeport, Connecticut to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the same day at 8:28 a.m. and then back later that afternoon. You freaking... What are you doing? Why are you still going to Connecticut? And You look at the reasoning. The campaign notes that he is a divorced parent and that his daughter still attends school in Connecticut. He is a devout father, eager to spend time with his family. Okay, but why do you take a direct flight from Bridgeport to Harrisburg? Why? You could have just, like, took a flight to, like, frickin', I don't know, like, Pittsburgh or something, and then drove there. I mean, and then fly right back? Not even stay in Pennsylvania for a day? That is far more egregious than Oz, because Oz, he commuted daily to Pennsylvania when he lived in New Jersey. And even then, the 3 years before the election he ran, he lived in Philadelphia again. I believe so, at least. He voted there. But McCormick, what are you frickin' doing? By many standards, McCormick is an impressive candidate. He's not. His record is atrocious. He has globalist tendencies. He's a big rhino on many issues, except guns. Whoop-de-doo. And he has a very sketch record as a CEO of a hedge fund. In his first campaign, he started off as a little-known businessman and came with 1,000 votes of beating celebrity candidate Mehmet Oz, backed by former President Trump. But here's a problem with that thinking. They had to do more with the fact Republicans did not trust Oz. And then McCormick spent, like, I don't know how much he spent. It was like $50 million. Yeah, if you spend $50 million, people are going to know who you are. And a lot of those voters, they just voted against Oz. That's what it is. But McCormick's drawn to the Capitol to court Mastriano was evidence that even he understands the need to bolster his credentials with the GOP's MAGA base. He clashed somewhat with Trump in his 2022 race, and the former president endorsed Oz, propelling Oz to the nomination, only to see him lose the seat in the fall to Democrat John Fetterman. McCormick had previously chided Trump's rhetoric and said he blamed him for the polarization divisiveness that festered during his term in office. You dumbass. You frickin' moron. While weighing a run against Casey this year, McCormick was carefully considering whether he wanted to share a ticket with Trump, who lost Pennsylvania in 2020 but won in 2016. You're more worried about Trump on the ticket than going against Bob Casey. Oh my, this is a disaster. This is a frickin' mess. You're worried about Trump being on the ticket in Pennsylvania? The guy that made it vote to the right of the country the first time in like 50 years? You're more worried about that than, going against arguably the strongest Democrat in Bob Casey? I don't give a rat's ass about this guy's funding. I don't give a rat's ass about, everybody's backing him. He still sucks on the issues, but he's the only candidate. Better than Bob Casey, but whoop-de-doo. This seems like a disaster in slow motion. And I swear, McConnell, if this is your guy, but if you spend $500 million on this bozo and he loses by 5 or whatever, there will be a reckoning. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.